Hey, welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. I'm Rebecca. This is a part of my journey that sometimes makes me cringe to share, but I'm going to go ahead and share it anyways because I feel like somebody probably needs to hear this. If you have been following along with my journey, you know that I quit my job a couple weeks ago and have been looking for something new, something that I'm passionate about, something that I don't dread going to every day. And if you've been watching any of the YouTube shorts that I've been putting together, then you also know that I have been weaning myself off of my depression and anxiety medication. And oh boy, it's been a journey. If you can't tell, I've been crying today a lot. And it felt really good to just like have a good therapeutic cry, because up until today I haven't really done that yet. Like, I've let out a few tears here or there, but like for the most part I've really been trying to keep it together. And I'm learning that it's okay to not have it together all of the time, because none of us have it together all the time. So I did participate in a very good cry this morning, and I was feeling bad for myself and feeling lonely and sad and wondering when on earth are these feelings of withdrawal going to go away. And I feel a little bit better now that I've hashed all those things out with me. So if you haven't been following this journey, then you don't know that I suffer from anxiety and depression. It's something I've dealt with most of my life. And I have tried in the past to get off of my depression and anxiety medication just because I don't want to be on it for the rest of my life. I don't feel that it's good for me. In fact, it's not good for me or anybody to be on medication like that for the rest of your life. And that's one of the things they don't tell you when you start taking medication. You know, they'll tell you about the side effects that you may feel, but they never really told me about any long-term side effects. They never told me about the withdrawals that I would go through once I decided that I was going to stop taking the medication. So I've been on this medication for 12 years at several different stages of dosages, and I've tried once before to get off of this medication during the height of the pandemic, which was a horrible idea. I was severely depressed, and I was also drinking very heavily. So I was like setting myself up for failure. I've just recently decided that I want to give it a try again and see if I can get off of it. And it's been really hard. The withdrawal symptoms have been really awful. I'm on day 5 now of no medication whatsoever, because I felt like I was delaying the inevitable by, going as long as I could without taking it until I just couldn't deal with the symptoms anymore. And then taking it again just to get some relief from that. And I really would have hoped that by day 5 I would be feeling better, but I'm not feeling better at all. And there's literally nothing that me or anyone else can do for me. I literally just have to fight through these feelings and these symptoms, one of which that's the worst right now are the brain zaps. And that's literally what they have called them. It's as if there's like an electrical shock going through your brain, and it's like this, it's hard to explain if you've never felt it before. It's like this, like it makes a noise. I can't explain what the noise sounds like, but it's in my brain and I can feel it in my tongue, which is weird. It's like even as I'm sitting here talking to you, it's like I'm getting these waves of like electrical shocks in my head. And it's like vertigo. It makes you feel dizzy. It makes you feel nauseous. And it's just literally the worst thing ever, and it won't freaking go away. And I've been trying. First of all, I'm trying not to ramble. If you've watched any of my videos at all where I sit myself down in front of a camera, you know that I have a tendency to ramble. And I'm really trying not to do that. But I just feel like I have so many thoughts that I want to get out there and that I want to share in case anybody else is going through this as well. Because it can be a real bitch, if I'm going to be honest. It can be a real bitch to get yourself off of these medications. And I don't have to. No one's forcing me to do this. I could just be going about life just fine and being on this medication, but like I said, I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. It is not something that I medically need, like, for the high blood pressure medication that I take, which I don't want to be on that forever too. I want to correct my high blood pressure, and I know that I could do it. Anyways, that's not why we're here. Let me take a breather. So since I quit my job, I've been really making a huge effort every single day to make sure that I'm being productive, that I'm hustling, that I'm putting out content, that I'm, looking for a job and applying for jobs and going to places in person. And so far, nothing has worked out as far as a job, other than the fact that I am working part-time, very part-time, at my brother's pizza shop, which I feel like a huge jerk because I'm not there today. And I feel guilt about that, but I just mentally, and I just can't do it. I'm finding it so hard to function through these symptoms of withdrawal. The only thing that makes me feel better is sleep, which I'm trying not to do all the time because I don't want to get stuck in a rut of depression. And honestly, for the most part, I have felt pretty okay emotionally. I am kind of all over the place, but I know that is to be expected, and I'm trying to give myself grace as I'm feeling these emotions that I know are going to pop up. But what I don't want to do is get myself stuck in a rut, and I'm very well aware of my triggers. And if I'm just going to lay around in bed all day, it's just going to cause me to be more depressed, which is another reason why I've just been trying to keep myself busy. I'm trying to give myself grace, and it's been really hard. Another thing that's been happening is that I feel the need to be eating constantly right now, which, if you know my journey, you know that I struggle with my weight, and you know that I struggle with losing weight, which I haven't been on a scale in weeks because sometimes the only thing that makes me feel better is just to sit down and emotionally eat. And so I'm trying to tell myself that this is just part of the process and the journey that I'm going through right now in trying to get myself off of this medication, and that, once I start feeling better, I can get myself back on track with the weight loss. But I've just been spending a lot of time talking myself out of emotions that I'm having, because I know that I'm a very strong person and I know that I can do this. It's just getting through these symptoms that really are just feeling quite awful. Full disclosure, I made this video already once today and I blubbered through the entire thing, and I was feeling very vulnerable about putting it out there. I may add some clips in at the end just so you can see what I've been dealing with. And even now I'm questioning myself, am I going to put this out there? It's really vulnerable to share your emotions and share this part of my journey. And people are probably like, why even bother? People could be saying, you struggle with depression and anxiety, so why would you try to get off of your medication? But it's like, I don't want to have to feel like I need to justify any of that. This is a personal decision that I'm making, and if other people have made that decision for themselves in their lives too, then maybe by me putting this out there, it can help them as well. It's just been really freaking hard. Really hard. I'm just going to try to continue to give myself some more grace today, and I'm not going to dwell in the past because that doesn't exist any longer, and the future isn't here yet. So all I have is this moment right now. So I'm just going to try to get out of my head and hopefully get into the garden at some point today, because that is one thing that has really helped me through these past few days, is just being able to get out in the garden, put on some music, and just set all of my worries aside and just be. So if you're going through hell, keep going, because you will get out on the other side. I can't remember because I've talked a lot and made several different videos today about this subject. I can't remember if I've said it or not, but my husband has been my absolute rock, and I don't know what I would do without him. And I don't want to cry, but I get emotional because I feel so lucky to have him. But I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm just lucky to have a man that takes such good care of me. Because I honestly don't know what I would do without him. And even though we both agree that there's nothing he can do for me, and there's nothing I can do for me, I just have to get through it, you know, he'll sit with me when I need him to. So anyways, I'm going to go out and I'm going to enjoy the sunshine, and I'm going to continue to give myself grace. And if you're going through something like this, I hope you give yourself some grace as well. And if you have any encouraging words for me, I am fully open and welcome to receiving them. And I will see you all soon when I'm on the other side of this and I'm not feeling so freaking crazy. So thanks for watching. I can't even get through the intro today, so I'm just gonna start. I can't get through my typical intro today, so I'm just starting. And I've sat here for forever to try to compose myself, and I just can't. So it is what it is. Hey, welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. I can't even say my name right. Hey, welcome back to Journey with Rebecca. My name is Rebecca, and this is the very ugly side of my journey that I am choosing to put out there. And I do feel like it's really important to talk about mental health, because I feel like so often people don't. I keep telling him he's not allowed up here, but he's not listening to me. And I don't know. I just feel so much pressure right now. Like, the weight of the world is on my shoulders, and I feel like I have to prove to my husband that I'm working, and not working in it like in a job sense, but like working on myself and putting in the work to be successful and eventually find a job that I like to do. And he's not putting that pressure on me, I am. All I can think about is, what are people gonna think of me? If you're watching this video right now, you're probably thinking, God, she is batshit crazy. Like, she better get back on her meds.